Hello everyone, today I will be teaching you how to create a home in Wizard 101. This is different from just decorating your house ordinarily because you really want to create something that your wizard would feel comfortable living in. This will really be beneficial if you want to submit your house in the housing tours under the category decorated, so that your house would be voted best decorated. So first off, let me just start with the fact that I bought a death house for this. A death house is perfect for this because it is an actual house. If you consider the other houses that are offered for other schools, they're mostly just open spaces. And sure, they look nice and you can work with them pretty well, but I think just the death house is perfect because it is actually a house that you can decorate. You know, to create a living room, bedroom, and a kitchen and dining room. So first off, let me just start with the stuff that I put outside my house. I put a lot of trees, and you notice that these trees come from different places, like they're dead trees and trees from Firecat Alley and Zafaria, but it's not really an issue because the look I'm going for is like an overgrown sort of yard. But if you want uniformity in your yard, you can definitely place trees around the edges here so that it looks uniform and well kept. And you can also put flower beds and rows neatly around the entrances and around the edges of your yard so that it's so that you have more open space. So let's just go in. And just one cute addition that you notice is that there's a floor mat. And I think that would be really cute for you to put in your house, you know, to have a doormat. Just find any small rug at the bazaar to do so. So you notice that the music is Wizard 101 themed music, and I chose this music specifically so that I can create something more lighthearted. I don't want a spooky theme or a battle theme because that's a little bit more intense, and we want to have a carefree tone to the home. Now, I did sort of center this home around the death theme, just because my wizard is also death. But you can make your house a little bit more lighter by putting candelabras and candles around the house. And you can notice that I put a lot of paintings. You can also transform your house based on whatever personality that you give your wizard. I like to think that my wizard is an art collector, and she traveled all of these worlds to collect these lots of different pieces of art. So let's go into this room. This is my crafting room, and this is more of a themed room because these are all of the things that I've collected from the worlds. This is sort of my relic or souvenir room from my questing. And this is also for convenience because then I can just go into my house and craft really quick without having to go or run lots of places. And now here's the kitchen and dining room. It doesn't have to be separate from one another, and I couldn't make them separate from one another because there just wasn't enough room. But essentially what you would like is a round table or an oval-shaped table that a family can sit around, and chairs that can be evenly placed around it. The Avalon themed furniture was perfect for this, though you might want to choose the wisteria furniture set instead because that's a little less clunky, because Avalon themed furniture is mostly metal and stone. But this sort of fits the death house, so it's not really a big deal. And then you want to create a kitchen counter and a kitchen sink and also a pantry that you see here. And you can do this by looking at the furniture sets in the Crown Shop, which you can buy for gold, and you can also look at all of the tables that are available. This one is a Crocotopia one. And then of course you can find food items. Don't find food items like cans to mostly fit your kitchen, but also find like actual items like tomatoes and pumpkins and milk, so that it's like someone was cooking earlier. And this is a jar of honey. And lots of candelabras, and just find something that's like food themed. And this is the sitting room. As you can see, a lot of this is still Avalon themed, and that's not an issue because I think it still fits the character of the death house. I changed the tiling and the wallpaper so that it would look more open. Different wallpapers and the colors of wallpapers and flooring can make a room feel more open or feel like the room has more space. So, sorry for that interruption. So as you can see, I created a sitting room where people can congregate around. And this is a coffee table, and these are chairs placed around the coffee table so that people could sit in a circle and just talk, right? And you can place decorations that you would normally see in any house, like vases and indoor plants, and also grandfather clocks and tables with candles on it, or maybe even books or a tea set and some snacks like a cake. And a fireplace is great. It would be nice to have an interactive fireplace, right? That's a little bit more interesting to interact with and look at. And here's my original living room. This is the first room that I ever created. As you can see, I put bookcases here, but I would really just recommend the crafted bookcases because it seems like my bookcases here are sort of sparse. So you can just craft that from Eudora in the Wizard City. And you can see that I have a lot of stuff that people can interact with, like instruments, so that people who visit my house have something to do. And I have and I sort of like centered this around a family sort of home. This is a train set that a child would play with. This is somewhere that parents could sit as they're done with their work. A piano, you know, this might be a musical family. This is an aquarium. And as you can see, there's an aquarium and there's a music player. I think it's really nice for you to have a music player because it completely changes the tone of your house. This is more lively music, so it's much more nicer. And so you can see that I have a lot of paintings from a lot of different worlds that are just nice and quaint, that sort of fit the character of the house. You know, this stuff is from Marleybone, and this sort of just puts character into the room. Now, if we go upstairs, you notice that I sort of try to fill up these spaces. I didn't really know what to do with this, but I thought, you know, why not get creative with this? This is somewhere where wizards can play chess and checkers and use their magic to lift up pieces and play against each other. And again, I decorated it with wall hangings and lights. I think lights are pretty important in a house. This is the master bedroom. I put an armoire that you would normally have in your house, you know, like a closet. Trunks where you can keep stuff, a suitcase because, you know, wizards travel a lot, paintings that also fit the character of the room, a mug. You know, it's really about the simple little things. And here's my study. I didn't really know what to do with this space either, but then I thought, you know, it would be very cool for a wizard to just sit here and do her work, just staring outside out of the windows and writing and collecting things, like maybe this is what she got from her journeys. It's really about thinking about the character of your wizard. And this is an aquarium because I had more space and I thought it would just be interesting to also make this a room where I collected stuff and kept it. And this is the last room. This is the guest room, as I call it. And again, you have the armoire, you have the places to put your stuff, and an end table and something at the end of your bed and the bed. And the room is really centered around a floral nature theme. So as you can see, a lot of the rooms do have themes and color schemes. So your room will flow much nicely if you choose paintings and rugs that are centered around that. And here I created a sort of a bathroom, and there's a sink and there's a bathtub that's separated by this screen that I got from Mushu. And this also really works because even though it's part of the same room, you can sort of get an idea that this is a bedroom and a bathroom. And that's the end of my tutorial, and I hope this